What is up, people of YouTube? Yes, I know, it's been a very long time since you've seen a video from me here on this channel, so for that, I just want to start out by saying I sincerely apologize, and hopefully this won't happen again. You just gotta understand, sometimes things get a little bit busy for me with being a college student, having to manage my classwork and stuff, then of course having fun with my roommates and all my other friends, so just wanted to get that out of the way, and yeah, I guess it seems like it has been quite a bit of time since I've made a video here on my channel, even though it's just a matter of weeks ago, but to you guys it probably feels like a long time. But that's besides the point. So, without any further blabbering, incessant blabbering for me, let's just get into this vloggity vlog, shall we? Alright, so in terms of some things I've been doing around here, for the most part, it's just been the usual. Just going to my classes, keeping up with my classwork and stuff. But of course, I have been doing the fun things too. Such as, well, over these past few weeks, watching the Olympics. And most notably, the hockey on there. And as many of you know, both of the USA men's and women's hockey teams lost to Canada. The U.S. women's team in the final to them, and the men's in the semifinal to them. So I was a little bit disappointed when I saw it happen for both our teams, but hey, it is what it is. I'm happy at least that the U.S. got to go to the bronze medal game, but unfortunately they lost in that game to Finland 5-0. Oh, I seriously don't know what the heck it was about shutouts in the semifinals for, I think, at least men's hockey. I'm not so sure how much it happened in women's hockey, that part, but for men's hockey, I think almost every single game in the semifinal and final ended in a shutout. So I don't know what's going on. So back to what I was saying about Team USA being defeated by Finland in our final game. Well, for the men's side, they got defeated by Finland 5-0. But hey, you know what? I'm not feeling too down about that because one of our players from the Wild, it was supposed to be two, but the other one got injured. One of our players from the Wild, it just had a huge Olympic debut for Team Finland, and for that I'm very proud of him. This is just going to be such a huge confidence boost for him going into this last half of the NHL season with the Wild. So to that I say, good for him. So moving on from that, let's see, what other exciting things have I done? Oh, I just remembered, I forgot to mention in the last vlog I did about what I was going to do that weekend, but I forgot to mention that weekend I went to Lutzen. So that's something I did last year and had a lot of fun with, and of course this year it was just as much fun, if not even more fun, because as I said before, I have my own skis, so that just makes the experience that much better. And also this year, since I turned 21 just over a month ago, it was that much more enjoyable for me because I just knew I was because it just feels that much more awesome being fully legal to drink beer and other alcoholic beverages and all that stuff. So, needless to say, good times were had. And ever since I've just seen all my friends that I met that I had my cabin at Lutzen, I've just been telling them every time, oh, I've really just been missing Lutzen. I wish I could just go back there sometime, but you know, next year, just gotta wait till next year now. So yeah. Alright, so then in terms of other stuff that's been going on, this past weekend I actually did some skiing again, but this time it was a place that is much closer to St. Thomas, and this place is called Afton Alps. It's about, I think, a half hour or so away, and it's in a little area called Afton, which is a little bit past. Yeah, it's a little bit past Woodbury and some other areas. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. That there's there's these ski areas that are just so close by, and man, I just say, my first time being at Afton Alps was epic. It's a pretty decently sized place, not too small, yet it's not too small, so I really like that. So yeah, and in terms of the people I went with, I just went with my roommates. All of them did snowboarding, although one of them also does skiing, but they all just decided to snowboard, so I was the lone skier of our group. So yeah. And in terms of the hills we just went down, well, easier to more intermediate ones, because one of the people in our group, aka the roommate that lives in the room that's next to me, Eric, he's more of a beginner snowboarder because he didn't do it much earlier on in his life, because if I didn't tell you this before, he actually moved around quite a bit. He's moved around to different locations throughout his life quite a bit. So he was originally born here in Minnesota, but then also he lived in Michigan for some of his life, but now his home is in Texas. So I think when he moved to Texas, he never really got the chance to do snow stuff like snowboarding and stuff, of course, because of the climate down there. So he's still fairly new to snowboarding, and he still has some things to learn and improve upon. But hey, he still had a good time there, despite all the falls he had. But yeah, so again, there, good times were had. And then also this past weekend, on Friday, me and two of my roommates went to the casino that night, and unfortunately, my first night at the casino did not go so hot for me. I took out $40 and I used it on blackjack, but unfortunately, I just got unlucky and did not win any money. But hey, oh well, it happens to the best of us, and that was my first time ever playing blackjack at a casino, so I guess that's expected. And again, I was just purely it was just pure unluckiness, if I'm even saying that right, because I was hitting and standing on the cards when I needed to, but unfortunately, it just did not end up working out for me. So, hey, you win some, you lose some, as I just said. So, yeah. Other than that, it was a pretty great experience for my first time playing blackjack, even though I lost all my money. So, yeah. Did I just say money? Oh my god, I think I just did. Yeah. Alright, so what else do I want to talk about with you guys? Well, other than that, doing that fun stuff on the weekends, mainly just been chilling here in my apartment with my roommates and some of their friends, watching movies and all that stuff. Oh, I don't want to end the vlog before not mentioning this. I believe it was 2 weekends ago or so, when my roommates had one of their friends here, that we watched the Disney movie Frozen for the first time. And man, a lot of people say this, but you're never too old for good Disney movies, and this definitely rang true with Frozen. And the thing I really liked about it is that the music was really catchy, but that's also a bad thing at the same time too, because these songs can just get stuck in your head, and they just take forever to get out. So every once in a while I'll be hearing these songs from that movie just playing in my head at the most random times. I'm like, oh, get out of my head. So yeah. Other than that, it's a really good movie, and Disney just never fails to amaze me with their movies. So, oh, hold on, that's my timer for my laundry. Yeah, that's right. I have the Mario Brothers sound on my iPad as my timer. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, so now after this vlog, I'll just hit the remember to go swap my laundry from the washer to the dryer. So, alright, enough of that blabber. So, let's see. One more thing I want to talk about. Oh, I know one more perfect thing to talk about, and it actually relates to what I'm wearing, aka the Minnesota Wild. Not this weekend, but the weekend after this one, my parents will be coming up here for the weekend, and then on that Sunday, me, my parents, one of my roommates, and some friends of mine are going to be going to the Wild game that day. So I cannot wait because, as you know, I am just a die-hard Wild fan for not even being from around here. I bleed red and green. Well, not the green part, but obviously the red part because that's what color blood is. But hey, that's not necessary for what I'm trying to convey here. So when my parents come up, I think it's going to be sometime either on Thursday or Friday, and then they're going to be coming up here, and I believe that they know some people that live in Stillwater, which isn't too far from here. So I believe for just the time to come up here, for like the first day to come up here, they're going to be staying overnight at that person's house in Stillwater, and then that weekend, I'm going to be staying overnight with them in whatever hotel we're staying at. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in downtown St. Paul, so yeah. And the reason I'll be able to stay with them is because I'll be able to get all my homework done on Thursday, and then I don't have class again until the afternoon of Monday, so I'll actually be able to stay with them until like late morning, early afternoon on Monday before we leave, so that should be pretty awesome. So a good Wild game and getting to see my parents again and stuff, and also taking them to their first Wild/NHL game as well as for my two friends. It's just going to be a good time, so I cannot freaking wait. And the wait's not going to be that long because, as I said, it's like a little over 2 weeks from now, and if you guys did or didn't know, NHL hockey starts up again tomorrow. So then after that, the Wild had their first game after this Olympic break this Thursday and Friday to close up this month of February. And yeah, I just cannot wait for my Wild hockey to start up again. I haven't missed it too much because, let's see, I believe it was, four of our Wild players, it was supposed to be five, I think, participated in the Olympics for our country, or for their respective countries. And namely, those players are Zach Parise and Ryan Suter for our team, Team USA. And it was supposed to be Mikko Koivu and Mikael Granlund, but it just ended up being Granlund for Team Finland. And then Nino Niederreiter participated for Team Switzerland. Wait, did I count it right? So let me see. Parise, Suter, Granlund, Niederreiter. Okay, it's just four. It was supposed to be five, but we ended up sending just four because one of our players, it's actually the shirt I'm wearing, Mikko Koivu, he is also a Finnish player. He would also participate for Team Finland with Granlund, but unfortunately, he's just had a long-term injury that's prevented him from doing so. So, yeah, overall, I didn't miss Wild hockey too much because of some of our players participating for the Olympics. But now, as I just said before, they start back up again this Thursday. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so I think that's all I can talk about for now. And seriously, um, again, I'm really sorry for not making a video in a while. I really need to come up with a good schedule for making vlogs in this channel. So maybe every weekend on either Saturday or Sunday, or I could just do them on Mondays like this and make it kind of like a weekend vlog describing the events and stuff that happened over the weekend, just like David Franco does. Even though, well, he does it differently than what I would be doing because he actually walks around with his camera and stuff. But I just sit here and talk about stuff that happened over the past weekend with you guys. So yeah. So actually, if you guys have a better idea on how I can have a good schedule for vlogs for his channel, feel free to comment below. But I feel like just every weekend will be a good sweet spot for the number of videos, or in terms of keeping videos uploading to this channel. So yeah. Alright, so now for real, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. So before I go, I just want to obviously share all this usual stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter, if you haven't already, I'm at WildFan from Wisconsin, or WildFan from WI, which is state initials for Wisconsin. And also, as usual, feel free to comment below with your feedback on with my idea for scheduling for a schedule for vlogs for his channel, or your own idea for that. And also, I'm trying to think of a good question. Oh, here's a good question. What's been the best movie you've seen that's been out in theaters so far? I haven't seen a movie in theaters for a while, so I obviously can't answer that question. But the movies I really do want to see, or movie I really do want to see because it's just been receiving a lot of positive feedback, is the Lego Movie. Although that's one of those movies I could wait until it comes out of the theaters and comes out on DVD and Blu-ray and stuff, but hey, you never know. I may just get the chance to see it in theaters. I don't know. It just depends on how things work out for me. So, yeah. Again, the question for this video, what has been your favorite movie you've seen that's in theaters still so far? So, just post an answer in the comments below, or feel free to post anything else in the comments below. Well, just not spam though, of course. And as always, be sure to give the like button a click. That really helps me out and just tells me that you guys are appreciating my content that I upload here to this channel. And lastly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I've just been harping on this constantly, but ever since I've had this channel for over, I think, a year and a half now, and my subscriber count still is meh. But I shouldn't be too concerned about subscriber counts because YouTube has just been burgeoning with content creators of all kinds. So it's not like subscriber count matters to me too much, but still, it's just another way that shows you guys appreciate my content here. So yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to leave you guys. So all I have to say now is peace.